What's going on?
We're about to get glamorous.
Back in the closet.
Hey patrons, my first time working with a green screen. This is a piece of cloth that I have tacked onto the wall. Hopefully this is going to be the background that I need for the music video. So here's the thing, we gotta get the star of the day ready for the music video. Connie Lee is here this morning. I'm gonna make sure she's up and getting ready. Hey, are you up?
Oh yeah, we're up.
Are you excited about being on camera?
Hello.
Now you're gonna stay within the lines of the song, right? Not break into some Brenda Lee or anything, are you?
Oh, I'll fly away.
You're what now?
An artist.
You're an artist. Basically, how you feel at the moment is really gonna be what I'm to expect.
It might be Brenda, it might be you.
So I'm just supposed to roll with it. Today is a perfect. So this is a test that we're doing here. Well, the next segment, we've got all the lead vocals, and now we're gonna go back and do the background part. So
Can you just not stop looking at yourself in the camera? Do you want to look at us?
Pretty awesome lighting.
Okay. Hello.
I mean, it's pretty awesome lighting.
Should I just stand here then?
Yeah, you should just always be there. Like, can I live in this circle of light? So the words are sha-na-na. I just sing a little la-la-la. This is gonna be the best day ever.
So tell me a little bit more about your concept.
Well, one of the things that I loved about the feedback I got from Dawn of a New Day was everyone was very happy to get more of me in the video. Nobody in his right mind, there was barely any of me, and it was a great concept. So I wanted to just make this a performance video so that we have at least one song on the album that's just all fun and performance. So celebrating this time of the month too.
So when you say this time of the month, you don't mean like it's your time of the month. You mean...
No, I mean like Pride season. Pride season and all. I thought it would be kind of fun to use the green screen so that we could flash through all the colors of the rainbow in the background with each different vocal part, just to give a visual that is, for me personally, a part of this time of year, which is one of my favorite times of the year. So.
You mean to say this time of the year?
You know what I mean.
This time of the month.
This time of the month.
Very appropriate. Like Christmas?
Well, different from Christmas.
Like just completely opposite?
It doesn't really have anything to do with Christmas, actually.
Up next.
So glad I did.
Up next we've got Connie Lee Kreis.
This is Connie Lee's video debut. We've already taken 4 takes of the lead vocal, and this one is just going to be more fun footage.
Isn't it all fun?
Well, I mean, like, fun as in probably really silly footage.
Silly fun?
Silly fun. Right now, 1, 2, 3, just to make sure that everything is sounding good.
So, who's interviewing you?
Connie Lee.
Oh.
Connie Lee Kreis.
She's turned on here. Okay,
I think
good.
she is.
Right. Well, wonderful. We'll let you finish setting up, and we'll be with you momentarily.
We're both very excited to be able to bring you this special presentation. Well, let's just pretend that you're interviewing me on a talk show and I'm here. I just sang my best day ever.
Oh, I can do that.
So I just walked off the stage And I just sang my hit single, Best Day Ever, and I'm sitting down.
And I'm going to open the conversation.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Well, I love that song, Best Day Ever. And the first time I heard it, I knew it was a hit. I knew that it was going to speak to a lot of people and help them, but I also knew that it had a place to go. So I'm real excited about it, and just so excited to have you here and to be actually playing with him again, since he's on the road and going everywhere. To be included is so much fun. So
well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be
you're
here.
welcome.
You have a wonderful show here. You
Well, thank
get to be the
you.
first stop on the road where I get to
Yes.
share the song. I mean, that's a pretty great thing.
So when you wrote the song, how were you feeling? Were you feeling that, or were you looking for titles? I mean, I know how things go.
You know, usually my songwriting process is very personal, and you know, I've had much more personal albums than perhaps this song in particular. I wrote this song because I really just wanted something fun and happy. Didn't really give it much more thought other than what's something that we all can sing along with and have a good time.
And that's so needed.
It's
today,
really
I
needed
think.
today. You know, I learned a lot from doing the role of Jerry Lee Lewis in Broadway's $1 Million Quartet. That role turned out pretty well for me. In that
Yes,
you
I
think,
believe so.
I think sometimes it's good to have you know, music that's healing and important, but it's also just as healing to have fun.
Yes.
And just the value of good entertainment for entertainment's sake is what I learned with doing Jerry Lee Lewis. That it didn't always have to be something deep. So you and your
Movie.
staff has heard the album.
Of course, we've heard the album.
Okay, well,
At
what do
1
you-
o'clock last night, I was up listening to your album. You know how that
okay.
goes.
I know.
But yes, I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you. You've heard a lot, so that means...
When you first started, did you know you had the gift, or did you, as a little boy, I'm sure you were singing around and playing with things, with musical cups, or, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, but I know that everybody I interview has a background, especially with this multi-talent. They have a background of starting very young. So you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. You know, I am always told that my Granny Jones, my mother's grandmother, used to talk about me playing in the playpen and singing in the a crayon or something, and that she made a statement one time to my mom and my grandmother that that boy's going to be a singer. So and then there's a picture of me holding a garden hose as a microphone, singing in a garden hose at probably 4 years old. 3 or 4 maybe, I don't remember exactly. But I do remember coming home from kindergarten graduation and hearing Pomp and Circumstance and coming home and picking it out. And that's when my parents recognized that I was musical, and they were so great to get me in lessons immediately and really nurture that gift.
Yes, they did. They were probably counting those dollars.
I bet they were. I bet
I'm serious.
they were.
I'm sure there was so much fun in that for them to watch you grow and develop
Yeah.
into the star you are today.
Yeah. Well, so I've heard that there's been that you have a friend, a mutual friend in common, and that there was
We
a friend
do?
of my family
Really?
that I know because my mom was president of Brenda Lee Fan Club, and so I got to
Brenda.
ride on her bus and watch her on stage and off.
Did
and what a
you?
class act she was. Now you tell me
She
what your experience of
was.
Brenda Lee is. I hear you're good friends with her.
Well, I interviewed Brenda probably in the 60s when she was first beginning. And when I went in and I heard her sing, I knew the song, and I saw this little girl walking around, and you know, it's really bone fuzzling, especially when she was that young. And you'd hear this passionate, sexy voice coming out of this kid, and I was just intrigued by her. So I watched her grow for years, became interested in her records, watched as she changed from venue to venue, and I just have felt like she's probably one of the strongest entertainers with the longest period before the cameras and audiences that I have interviewed through the years.
Well, what else can I tell you about this exciting record that I've
Well,
recently
tell me
done?
about it. First, how many cuts do you have and how many are out there?
Well, I've got 12 songs on the album. This was an album that took me 3 years to make. I had a campaign, a crowdfunding campaign, and so a lot of the music I wrote with them.
I hear you
in
do well
mind.
on those.
Well, I have a core group of supporters I call the Kreis circle. They're my circle of supporters, and they're really the ones in this last 5 years or so who have helped shepherd me through this transitional phase. I'm so excited about the new music this year, and even more excited that this year is laying the groundwork for an even more exciting next year, right? And you know, these are the people who and the patrons are the people who have actually some of them have been with me from the very beginning and saw the whole chapter 1 through, and are shepherding me through to chapter 2. So it's going to be a lot, some of the same, some different, but I'm excited that the songs are going to be as strong as I can make them, and maybe a little more fun and on the lighter side. I don't know. We'll keep seeing what happens. It's all an evolution. But
your new album, Liberated, is amazing. The more each song I listened to was just better and better and better and better. Different from what you usually did a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little different, but it was so good at what you were trying to do.
Well,
and I think that's when I realized that, yeah, basically you can do pretty much what style that's needed at the time. Because you are very versatile in what you can do.
I appreciate that. I think that that's actually been a great commodity in some places, like when I'm developing a character as an actor who needs to do a certain style of music has been good. But as a singer-songwriter, I feel like sometimes that's been a detriment, because I have been able to do various genres and do them well, and do them competitively well. Mm-hmm. So it's been a long journey for me to just decide, well, where do I just want to be? And so I think that's why Liberated starts introducing sounds that are more reminiscent of my East Tennessee home, and hopefully giving me an opportunity to move forward into country music.
Now, what else do you have coming around the bend, if you're free to talk about it yet?
Oh gosh, well, you know, there are some projects in the future that still are sort of under wraps. You know, I'd always love to tell you everything, but there's a, you know.
Yes, I'd love to hear everything.
Off cameras, we'll fill you in on some things. But right now, we're just enjoying making some content around this new album, making videos around the new album. We've got a few dates on the road. Of course, I'm gearing up to record my first Christmas album this summer.
Wow.
Which I'm very excited about, because we have so much fun on the Home for the Holidays tour, which will be the 4th year that we've done that tour. Very excited about that. So that's what we have looking forward to this year, and by March of next year, I feel like I'm going to have a brand new single, a hot new single that is going to be real exciting. I can't say too much yet about.
Okay, I won't pry, but I am very curious. And if I can find out from some other people, I'm going to.
Well,
just
if anybody can, I know you can.
And I'm good on the computer,
I
too, so
know.
we'll see. But I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about your Christmas album. I don't want classic music, Christmas music to die. I don't think other people do, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think they like some new stuff in there, but they want their classical Christmas.
Classic Christmas.
Why
is
we
the
don't get
best.
sick of it, I don't know. But
I know.
we don't seem to. So, how do you see? What is your 5-year goal?
My 5-year goal would be, from a personal musical standpoint, I'd love to define so specifically where I belong in the realm of country music, and I know that that's going to involve the piano, which is not a common instrument you hear in country music. I also know that's going to include a gospel flavor, because I'm from the church, which you're hearing occasionally in country music. So maybe there might be that Memphis-y influence in what I do, you know. But I'm excited just to creatively land in one spot and find my lane and stay there for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Well,
I'm also excited about, you know, acting projects that are coming up and whatnot, but I feel like I'm in a good place right now, and so it's just keeping on this path.
Let's get back to this one song. What was your real inspiration for writing that?
For writing Best Day Ever?
Yes.
Well, I was first inspired by the piano riff. I always really wanted to write a song with that. Ba, 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 ga, da, ga, ga. I was always inspired by that. I loved Sarah Bareilles' song that used that. And going way back, I loved the Captain and Tennille song. Love will keep us together. And they had that boo-doo-doo-dum-dum-dum-dum. So I wanted an excuse to use that piano rhythm in a song. That's what actually brought me to the keyboard. And so when I did this, I just thought, well, this is just the happiest feeling. This is just the happiest piano feeling that anyone could create. This is just the best day ever. And so it just started to write itself. And then I always thought, you know, when I first started writing this song, I thought to myself, you know, the goal of a hit song is you have to think, you've got someone who is, they've woken up late, their kids wouldn't want to get dressed for school. Their car's barely starting. They drop the kids off. They're late to work. They hate their boss. And they happen to have the radio on, and your song has to be catchy enough for them to still want to stop and have a good day with you. And so one of the things that I thought about this song is, what could I put in a song that in that scenario right there, in someone who just doesn't feel like starting their day, what could I give them that was positive and affirming, that was really catchy, and could cut through all of that distraction in the morning and get them in a good mood? And that's exactly what inspired the song.
Yeah, that's a great song. And believe me, I've been with all the getting ready, kids ready for school, and the milk on the floor, and one that wants to floss instead of go to the bus. So I've been a mother, and I understand those days very well.
Cool.
Levi, can you tell me how you came up with the concept of your video? It's really fabulous.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's fun, and it's fabulous.
You know, I wanted to keep it as simple and appealing as the song is simple and appealing. You know, I didn't want to do a concept video like I had with Nobody in His Right Mind, the George Strait video.
Too.
Yeah, I wanted to make it more personal to me and just tell the story as me. I also was just inspired. You know, I lost my grandfather a couple years ago, and I always enjoyed some of the creative stuff we did together. So one of the perks that I had with this video is what an opportunity, this being my mom and dad's favorite song of the album, how fun would it be to have them do a little cameo? So we brought them in, and you know, it's fun for a lot of my fans out there, because they hear a lot of the stories of my mom and dad on the road, because I'm a storyteller between my songs on the road. I love to tell stories and bring a lot of Southern humor to my stage show. So they already know my mom and dad, and so I thought it'd be fun for them to actually get to meet them.
How are you enjoying the process of Patreon?
Oh gosh.
That's a quite new concept for me.
Yeah, it is a new concept for a lot of us.
Explain it to our viewers if you would.
Okay.
It's a new thing that artists are doing now, and it works quite well for them. But when you first hear it, you know, you think somebody should do this for you, but no.
Yeah. Well, the wonderful thing about it is we've never lived in a day and age where, you know, if you have a desire to create and to make a business out of your art, you can do it. But it's also the day and age of crowdfunding. You know, we're able to support the artists that we really believe in and that we really enjoy their art. Mostly the crowdfunding makes it possible. So Patreon is like Kickstarter, but instead of raising a large sum of money for one project, it's recurring monthly amounts that help encourage the artist to make continuous content, encouraging the artist to create. That is probably the best benefit of this for me personally, because when I feel like when I don't even feel like keeping the story going about my album, I realize that they're there encouraging me to make another video, to make another music video, another behind the scenes, another something. And you know, if you don't have something to talk about, an album dies on the vine. It just dies. And so Patreon, my patrons there, have allowed me to keep making stuff that keeps the conversation going. And it works because people outside of our Kreis circle tell me all the time, oh, you got a lot going on. Oh, you got a lot going on. You're doing a lot. You're staying busy. Well, I'm doing it because I'm able to do it because of my patrons on Patreon. So they also realize that they're helping me create this Christmas album. You know, if it wasn't for their support, you know, it's very helpful to have my patrons here on a monthly basis, encouraging my creativity, because now I get to go and create a Christmas album in July. You know, and I love being able to engage on that level because it makes me feel valued.
Mm-hmm. Well, Levi, one thing that I really feel in my heart about you is that wherever you are, you're going to be successful.
Well, thank you.
And whichever lane you take, you're going to put your best efforts in. And I love those two things. I think with your talent and your best effort, you'll find your place.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, guys, how'd you think you did?
I think it's pretty good.
I think
You're
it was.
a pro.
I think what we said was okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, you should have just shot
It's like
it
falling
this.
on. It's like riding a bicycle. She just hops right back on, takes right off. Encore. Encore.